I'm Terri Murphy. It's Tuesdays with Terri, where we come in to make you the rock star of your next presentation, or at best to make you irresistible in any kind of a situation where it requires communication. And that can be in front of a jury, that can be in front of a focus group, it could be presenting your case to your team. Either way, you've got to be sensational so that people pay attention, because impaired attention is what we're all about as we work with Metasystems Consulting, which we do every day. But here's something you've done, and you know you've done it, and I've done it, we've all done it, and that is we make promises that are kind of vague. So how about this one? Oh, let's get together soon for lunch. Oh, I'm going to follow up and call you later. You know what? I promise I'll get you that report. Just give me a couple of days. What happens? Life gets in the way. It's not that you're trying to be disingenuous. It just happens. So here's what I want to share with you today. This is literally going to change your life. And it's a small little book, and it'll be one of the best gifts you can give yourself. And that is The Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. The Four Agreements is an incredible book. It's sold over 15 million copies. It's not new. And if you've read it before, yay, time to read it again. And what we're going to talk about today deals with the very first agreement, and that is be impeccable with your word. Now, you and I both know we say things, and sometimes we don't get her done. Things happen, you get busy, you forget. You said it because you wanted to make somebody feel good or happy, and then you just don't follow up. That impacts your integrity. Forget flat out lying, which is all about integrity, or being just, not authentic. I'll say being transparent is what happens when we lie. But basically, we're lying, or I'm going to stick to my diet, or you're such an idiot, talking to yourself. Not good, because it doesn't honor who you are. And so let's step up our integrity, both on the platform and within our team, with our families and our friends, and just watch how many times in a week you promise something that you really want to deliver, but you just don't. And women especially will do this. We will say, yep, I'll get her done. And you think to yourself, how in the world am I ever going to get that done? I've already got a full plate. So I'm going to say, be honest. Be impeccable with your word and say, you know what, that's not going to happen this week because I've already got other things in priority that you've given me if it's your boss. But when you're in front of a group that is depending on you because somebody messed up their life and they're saying to you, will you help me? Then this is the time to step up your integrity and get it done. Now, I want to share the other three with you because I think it's important that you get them, the whole idea. The second one is don't take anything personally. I watched this in court a couple of weeks ago, where the opposing counsel was boisterous and big and loud and not the most lovely person you would think at all. And I loved the way the female attorney handled it. She was confident, she was eloquent, and she just let him be him, because she was confident and comfortable and well prepared. So when we say don't take anything personally, it's not about you. Obviously, everybody's there to win, and that was his style. Not always the style that wins, but that was his style. So don't take anything personally, because your opinion is not how I feel about myself necessarily. And that works both ways, both positively and negatively. The third one is don't make assumptions. Now, if you've joined me before, you know I'm a big fan of conversational intelligence, emotional intelligence as well. But Judith Glaser, in her book, Conversational Intelligence, tells you that in 7 seconds, someone writes a story about who they think you are. This part of the brain, the amygdala, speaks to the prefrontal cortex and says something based on your experiences, your beliefs, your own unconscious biases, for that matter. If you don't think so, if Darth Vader walked into the room and so did Mary Had a Little Lamb, you would have totally different experiences because you have different belief systems that have attached to that. So, you know what? You just can't take anything personally or make any assumptions about who they are, because 90% of the time it's not true. So you've got be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Do your homework. Get prepared. Get real prepared. Nothing speaks louder than success than knowing that the third one, this is the fourth one, is always do your best. When you've done your best, even if it doesn't come out the way you wanted in court, even if you didn't win exactly what you wanted the award, even if you don't think you could have presented it differently based on the reactions of the jury, you still did your best job. So just for this week, just make a note of how many times you make a statement that you know you really can't back up, or you're doing it just to get out of the moment, or you really do want to do what you say you're going to do, but you're just not sure, and you think, well, I'll take care of it later. Write it down. Be impeccable with your word, because that's really all we have. It's about being truly authentic. And when you do the best you can, you do it with your own clients. So let's just say you're preparing a witness for testimony, and the witness has to be coached to be impeccable with their word. They have to tell the truth as they see it, whether or not they're comfortable with that. That's our job to help them do that. The second one I would encourage you is practice. Just because you're used to being in front of a group of people, do you remember when you were a little kid and you had to present for show and tell? I mean, you were terrified if you were like most kids, because you're standing there and people are looking at you. It's different than when you're just walking around in conversation, which is already a little hard anyway. But here's the thing, practice. Practice. If you're there to be of service to someone else, then take your ego out of it and be present, be prepared, and be authentic. The other one is be prepared, or prepare your people for trick questions. Not everybody's impeccable with their word. And yes, of course you want to win your case. Of course you want to win the sale, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you've got to be truthful, because the truth is always going to come out. And if somebody's really good at detecting people that lie, you're going to get caught anyway. So do yourself a favor. Get this book, The Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz, Ruiz. It'll change your life. It'll help you live life with more joy, more comfort, and people will find you irresistible because they know without a doubt that you will come through, that you will get the job done, and not at the expense of yourself or your health, but because you're committed, you're prepared, you don't make assumptions, you dig deep, and you say what you're going to do, and you do it. I'm Terri Murphy for Present Like a Rockstar Presentation Skill Coach. If you're interested in letting me help you, call me for a quick 30-minute consultation. We'll decide if I'm a good fit or you're a good fit for what I can help you do. Because at the end of the day, communication is what we do. And I have a great ebook called 10 Tips to be the rock star of your next presentation. If you just want to scan that, it's absolutely with my compliments. Go to terri@terrimurphy.com. As a guide to trials and female attorneys, our goal is to help you be the best presenter and be irresistible from the platform, making you the rock star of your next presentation. Thanks for joining me. See you next Tuesday for another tip on how to make you the rock star of your next presentation.